All right, so go ahead, we're going to start rocking side to side. Make sure you got your mini ball close by, right? We'll get rid of those weekend aches. We'll just kind of hug those knees, let your back pop. My back just popped. It felt good though. And you can do kind of small circling motions, right? Whatever feels good. Whatever you need to do to loosen up, right? And I think these just feel good, so it doesn't even matter what you guys like. We'll go about one more each way, and then you're going to hug your right knee to your chest. Left leg is going to be out straight, and you're just nice and easy going to go side to that, side there. So if you wanted to have one foot down on the ground, you can, right? Whatever feels good. And we're just really stretching out those legs, pointing those toes, right? You're bracing your core, and you're just generally feeling good, right? Heck yes, always. And you're just going to breathe, keep those shoulders relaxed. We're going to go one more to each side, and then we'll have one leg up straight, doesn't matter which one. Then you'll grab behind the hamstring, and we're going to go side to side there. So if you're feeling really tight and you want to have one foot down, remember you can. If you want to move slow, that's okay too. It's Monday. Sometimes you have to move slow on a Monday because it's like your body's like, oh my gosh, Monday. Maybe not, I don't know. Okay, we're going to go one more to each leg, and then you're going to relax, and you're going to bend those knees, and we're going to have our feet flat on the ground, and we're going to do, of course, bridges. Duh. So nice big inhale in, exhale, we'll press up, squeeze those glutes, wake them up, nice and easy coming back down. So really try to squeeze those glutes to make sure that they're waking up, because I bet they've been asleep all day. I guess all day, all morning and night. It's morning, so I guess depending when you do this workout. Okay, just focusing on that squeeze. Right, and you know the drill. I mean, it's bridges. There's nothing too crazy about bridges. Like, you know how it goes. Of course. So on this next one, you're going to come up as high as you can. We're going to do our half bridges. So just halfway down, up and squeeze. So on this, it's going to wake up those glutes a little bit more because it's a smaller range of motion, and it forces you to squeeze more. So your tush should be burning. Right? That's a technical term. Tushy. Your tushy is burning. I'm just kidding. Oh, did I have too much coffee today? Could be. But I'm going to have more this afternoon. So, okay, so on your next motion, you're going to keep those hips up, and we're going up and down on our tiptoes. Okay? So stretching out those ankles. Always, right? It just feels good to stretch your ankles and calves, I think, you know. I'm rereading our workout because I already kind of forget what we have. So there's that, right? My brain doesn't function with a lot of coffee even. So, okay, we got 3 more. Here's 1, 2, 3. You're going to relax your hips and heels down. Hands are going to come behind our head. And we're going to do a slow and controlled crunch. So really keep those elbows wide. Exhale, we'll crunch, push that back down. Nice and easy inhale coming back. Right, so really focus on that crunch of trying to feel it in your core and not pulling on your neck. Right, so if you feel this in your neck, try to isolate that core a little bit more and let your shoulders relax. And again, this doesn't have to be fast. You go at your pace. Every time you crunch, you should feel your lower back press into the ground a little bit more. Right, and on this next one, we're going to come up as high as you can, and you're going to do your half crunch. So back a little, up a little. Right, so on this, when I'm doing my half motion, every time I crunch more, my abs shake, right? So if your abs are shaking, mine are too. Welcome to the club, okay? And we're just really squeezing, isolating those core muscles. We're going to go 3 more, and then we're going to hold. Here's 3. Here's 2. Here's 1. We're up and holding, and we're marching our legs, right? Oh, yeah, it feels good to march them. Okay, so as you're holding that crunch, push that back down. Your abs should be burning. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you're going to relax. Go ahead and grab your mini ball if you have it. If you don't have one, you don't have to use it for these 2 exercises, but the first one is going to be pretty generic. You're going to put it right between your knees, and we're just going to do a bridge where we press up and squeeze. Okay, so kind of a warm-up set here if you want to call it that. Okay, so squeezing that ball as much as you can as you press up. Okay, so you'll press, squeeze, and back down. Okay, so nice and controlled. Remember, if you don't have a ball, you could pretend or use a rolled up towel or pillow or whatever. I don't care. Some you can squeeze. Stuffed animal, right? I don't know. So you're just pressing into that bridge and squeezing, right? So remember, this is kind of like our pre-warm up, right? We did the first warm up. This is like maybe like our appetizer, you know? I don't know. You're gonna do one more, and then you're gonna relax. You're gonna take that ball. It's gonna go right underneath your shoulder blades. If your ball isn't big enough for that, you're just gonna do another slow and controlled crunch. Okay, so it'd be right underneath those shoulder blades. Feet are down on the ground, and you're lifting up and back in your crunch. Right? So you're trying to keep those elbows wide. You should feel this all in your core. It's going to isolate right there. Okay, and we're doing this for 30 seconds, then we're just going to repeat this. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a huge motion, right? As long as you feel it in your core, that's all that matters, right? We do not want to feel it in our neck. Okay, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're going to move that ball. It's going back between your knees, and we're bridging into squeezing. Go for it. So up and squeeze. Right when you're in place, go for it. Okay, so squeeze the ball and back. Squeeze the ball and back. So now we're waking up. We're getting ready to roll. I can tell. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, yes, that Pilates ball. It makes the workout that much better. So the good news is there's not too many bridges today. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't read the whole workout all the way. I wrote it, but I forget it. Okay, got 2 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Quickly switch that ball to behind those lower your shoulder blades, and you're pressing up and back, right? So right underneath those shoulder blades, when you put the ball there, it's going to force your core to contract. That's the hard part. Okay, and you want to keep your back on the ball your whole time. You're not lifting up off of it. Okay, so we're just lifting up and back. Elbows are wide, hold that posture. This is the last time we're in this move, and then we're going to our hands and our knees. Okay, so nice and controlled. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna relax, and we're gonna flip to our hands and knees. So now with your ball, you're gonna put it right behind that left knee, and we're gonna squeeze it. So to hold your ball in place, you've really got to point your toe. Okay, so what we're going to do here first is just press up and down as you squeeze the ball. Okay, and if you don't have a ball, you can just act like you're squeezing. All right, go for it. Okay, so hands are right underneath our shoulder. We're pointing our toe. You're squeezing the ball. Right, so you have to actively try to squeeze it. The ball won't naturally stay in your leg, unfortunately. Okay, head's not hanging down. You've got 15 seconds until we switch sides here. Okay, you're doing a great job. Actually, we're not switching sides. There's a second exercise that I forgot about. Surprise, right? So keep that leg up. Now you're acting like you're going to squeeze your calf into your hamstring. It's like you're acting like you're going to kick your own butt. Okay, so you're just pulse, pulse, squeeze, 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 squeeze. So keeping that leg up tall, right? Squeezing as much as you can. Arms are staying nice and strong. You've got 15 seconds. Then we're actually switching legs. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna relax. Quickly switch to that right leg. It's going behind that right knee. We're squeezing, pointing our toe, lifting up and back. Go for it. Okay, so squeeze that ball as much as you can. The more you point your toe, the more it stays in place. Isn't that wild? Okay, so staying tall on those arms, squeezing that ball. If you keep losing the ball, you got something to work on later. Okay, we got 10 seconds until you go to your second squeeze. You're doing a great job. And on this next motion, you're gonna lift, you're holding, and you're squeeze, 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 right? So you're acting like you're gonna touch your heel to your butt. Squeeze, 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 pointing your toe, right? Squeeze, 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 right? It's gonna isolate. It doesn't even have to be fast. You can do smaller, slower ones if you want. Yeah, 15 seconds, then we're gonna do a fun little plank. Yay! Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. We're almost there. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna relax. The ball is gonna go between your knees. You're gonna be on your hands. You're gonna tuck your toes under. You're gonna lift into kind of a bent knee plank. You're gonna squeeze and come back. Squeeze and back. Ready? And go. So you lift and squeeze and back. Squeeze and back. If you want to make it harder, just stay up and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right? So a modified is kind of going up and down with it. Right? Making it harder is staying up in that squeeze and holding that plank. So if your feet are together, makes it a little bit nicer. Right? We got less than 10 seconds. And then we're going to repeat this. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. All right, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to relax. Put that ball right behind that left knee. Point that toe, squeeze, and we're going up and down, right into it. Go for it. You don't need any rest. You know what to expect. Okay, point that toe, squeeze that ball as much as you possibly can. Right, pointing your toe. Head's not hanging down. Keep on breathing. Got 15 seconds till you do your second squeeze. Right? Second squeeze is better than the first. Kind of like second breakfast. Woo! Ready? And you keep that leg up and you squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, right? So act like you're trying to squeeze your heel into your tush, right? If that doesn't feel possible, just pulse your leg, okay? But keep on squeezing that ball no matter what. Right? We're pulsing it in. You got 15 seconds. You're almost there. 10 seconds. Keep breathing, keep squeezing. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna relax. And we're gonna switch legs. Right behind that right knee. Squeeze it and lift it. Just squeeze and lift. So really pointing that toe, right? Remember, the ball's not gonna stay there naturally. So if it's falling out, guess whose fault that is? Not Mary's fault. Unless you're using like a huge ball. Okay? Then you can blame the ball. Okay, we got 10 seconds until we pulse. You're doing a great job. And it's feeling good too, you know? Okay, we're keeping that leg up. We squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze it. Go for it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So really try to keep that leg up high. Try to have that right knee even with your hip, right? Try not to have your leg sinking down. We want to keep it up high, high, high. You have 15 seconds. Then it's back to our plank. Okay? You're almost there. 10 seconds to go. Keep on breathing with it. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Knees come on our knees. Balls come in between our knees. Tuck those toes under. And you're either pressing up and down in a plank or holding that squeeze. Go for it. Okay? So I'm going to hold up in my plank and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, so head's not hanging down. Hands are right underneath my shoulders. Okay, and I'm squeeze, squeeze, squeezing. Got 15 seconds. Remember, if you want to modify, you can come down in between each one. It's going to make it a little bit nicer. 10 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to relax. Yay. And we're in the seated position now. So the ball will be right behind our lower back. That's going to feel good. Okay. So our first move, we're going to keep our knees back, right? Arms are out straight. You want to look where the wall and the ceiling meet. We're going to press back and come up, right? So really try to hold on to that posture. Okay, go for it. So you're back and up. You're keeping contact with the ball that whole time, right? You're not going way down. The ball is only going to support you to a certain amount, right? You have to use those posture muscles to keep you upright. Okay, you're doing a great job. You got 10 seconds. And then now as you tilt back, your arms are going to come wide and back, kind of like a chest fly, right? Wide and back, right? Hold that posture as you come wide. When those arms come wide, as you tilt back, you should shake. It should be like a brrr, right? Okay, keep that gaze up. right? Looking where the wall and the ceiling meet. If your back hurts, lower the ball a little bit. Okay, you're almost there. We're gonna do 2 more. Here's 1 and 2. Now your arms are staying forward and we are still just tilting back, right? Repeating that first move. Hold that core placement. And you don't have to go fast, right? No one said this round was gonna be fun. Okay, hold your position. Got 15 seconds, right? This is kind of just a ball, isn't it? Oh, I got it, yep. I need my laugh track again. Okay, you're doing a great job on this next one. You're gonna stay back in, you're doing alternating arms. Okay, so your goal is to get your arm that's up straight, up to at least your ear and back. And it's not like fast, you're not doing like cardio arms, right? Don't be silly. We wanna work that core. So the more straight you get that arm, the closer it gets to your ear and you hold that posture, it should make you shake, right? Shake, shake, shake away. Okay, you've got 10 seconds and then we're gonna pulse a little bit. Oh golly, whose idea was this today? You're doing an awesome job. You're gonna keep your left arm up, right arm is out. You're gonna do small, little motions, right? We're almost done with this position. I know it burns. Hold on to it. We're gonna go for 15 seconds. It's small, little motions, right? You can hear my voice shaking. Okay, stay up tall. Keep that gaze. You got 3, 1. Switch your arms, same small motion. Lots of core work here. Keep on breathing. You got 10 seconds to go. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're gonna relax and roll right back with the ball. Are you sick of the ball yet? Doesn't matter. Okay, so we're back to a bridge. This time you're gonna have the ball underneath your right knee. So to get set up for this first position, you might want to press up into a bridge. And then from there, you're going to squeeze the ball with that right leg. And we're going to bring our leg up and down for 30 seconds, and we're going to do something very fun. Okay, ready, and go. If single leg bridges feels like too much for your back, you could just put the ball between your knees and bridge up and squeeze, right? So there's still ways to modify. Okay, and you really got to point that toe down to squeeze that ball into place. You got 15 seconds. Right, so just kind of tap on the floor and back. It's like you got a tabletop leg here. And if you want to feel something cool, feel the sides of your abs. Feel those obliques in action. Okay, on this next motion, keep your right leg up in that tabletop. Squeeze the ball. You're going to let your leg go wide and back. Kind of like when we do the umbrella or the windshield wiper. Okay, so it's not a huge motion. You want to squeeze the ball. Your knee is staying bent. And you're trying not to rotate all the way to that right side, okay? So a lot of control from that left glute. Your left glute should be firing here, okay? Nice and controlled motions. Keep breathing. We got less than 10. Keep holding your bridge. Woo! 2 more. 1, 2. Oh, relax. Okay. But now we got our other side. Okay, so prep up in that bridge. Ball's underneath that left leg, and we're going up and down. Right, and now we got our right leg down, so it's like dream come true. Okay, so really squeeze on that ball. The more you point your toe down, the more it helps you hold the ball in place. Okay, so keep on moving, keep on holding. We got 10 seconds until we get to the fun part. Oh yeah, fun doesn't stop on a Monday. Okay, so on your next one, keep that left leg in tabletop, squeeze down. You're letting that hip go wide and back. So it's not your whole body. It's a small movement from that hip, and your right glute turns on when that leg goes wide. It's like holding you in place. Right? You should feel that glute grab and say, whoa, 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 hip, where are you going? Okay, nice and controlled. You've got 10 seconds to go. Hold on to that bridge. I know it burns. It's burning me too, trust me. Okay, ooh yeah. You got 1 more and relax. The ball's going behind our shoulder blades again. And you're gonna be in that beautiful crunch. So crunch up and we're gonna march our legs. Right, go for it. So elbows are wide, you're holding your crunch. You're marching your legs, you're feeling your hamstrings and thinking like, my goodness, What did she do? You know, sometimes I ask myself, like, what did I do to my hamstrings? Okay, nice and controlled. Keep holding on to your crunch. Okay, marching those legs. And for this, you don't have to have a ball. Obviously, you can crunch and march without. So you're going to go one more to each leg. And we're going to hold our crunch. You're going to bring your right leg up straight, and you're going to do mini pulsing crunches with your opposite arm. Ready? And go. Okay, so lift and reach with your left arm. Keep that right hand behind your head. Okay, and the ball should make this a lot more meaner than it is. Okay, so you're lifting, lifting. Try to keep that leg straight. My hamstrings are tight. I don't know about you all. Woo! Okay, we got 10 seconds hanging on to it. And of course, we do have another leg. So don't you forget. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg comes down, right leg's up, and we're reaching with our left leg comes up. Reaching with our right arm. So mini reaches, right? You're crunching. You still have contact with the ball, right? Look, my shoulder blades are still there. And I'm reaching for that left leg. Okay, so your abs should be tired. And let me tell you the good news today. We're repeating this. Yes. That's what I hope you were. You guys were like, please let us repeat this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax with that ball. Press up into that bridge. Ball is going to go underneath our right knee, right? And we're going up and down. You know the drill of it. We're going to repeat all 3 of those moves. Ready? Go. So up and down with that right leg. Squeeze down on that ball, right? And remember, modify if you need to. If single leg feels like too much, put the ball between those knees and press and squeeze, right? But hang with this if you can. Second round's what makes you tougher. Okay, you got 10 seconds. That left glute should already be barking at you, right? If you want to put your hand on your left glute, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I have a brick in there. Maybe. Glutes of steel. Okay, keep that right leg up. We're going wide and back, right? Small motions wide. Squeeze, right? This is a lot of control, a lot of core, a lot of glute. It should be down and dirty. If you think this is easy, you call me up and we'll set up an appointment to fix that. Okay, hold on to this, right? Feel the left side of your body work. It feels cool. Feel those strong muscles. You are strong, right? You got 3, 2, 1. Switch those legs. Woo! Left leg is bent. Up in our bridge. Up and down, right into it. Once you get in position, go for it. Right? The less breaks we take, the better. So if you rest too long, it gives you time for your body to be like, whoa, I'm done. Now we're almost done. Okay, so remember, pointing that toe down to squeeze that ball. Okay, we're holding on to that bridge. Woo, you got 10 seconds. Okay, hanging on to it. On this next motion, keep that left leg up, and you're going wide, right? Feel the right side of your body work. Squeeze that ball. Move your body as a unit. It's like you've got Barbie doll hips and you're dislocating that left leg and back. Don't dislocate it though. You're too strong for that, right? It's kind of like your left leg is trying to be independent from your right. That's what we're doing. And that's how you're getting stronger. You got 10 seconds and we repeat our core. Whew. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Get that ball right underneath those shoulder blades. We are almost done. Hold that crunch. March those legs. Once you're set up to go, go for it, right? We're trying to move without breaks. So on this, the lower your ball is, the harder it gets, right? So if I scoot it down a little bit, it's not going to be so fun. Keep those elbows wide, right? Find that same gaze. If your abs are burning out, look where the wall and the ceiling meet. Find a focal point, stick to it, okay? You're going to be able to do it. We got less than a minute left. Okay, hold that crunch. Right leg is up straight. We're reaching with our left hand. Go for it. So make sure you're supporting that head. Right hand is behind your head. You're reaching, reaching. The smaller the pulse, the nastier it gets. So make it nasty, right? Get mean with it. Mean Monday. It's Mean Mary Monday. Woo, lots of M's. 10 seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quickly switch. Right leg down, left leg up, mini crunch. Go. Lift. You can do it. Oh yeah. This is the last part of your workout. So try to reach as much as you possibly can, right? Go for it. You're almost there. We got 15 seconds, right? Reach, reach, reach. 10 seconds. Going for it. Small motions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Woo! Mini balls.